Have you ever felt like your mind is a scattering of echoes, lost in a canyon of endless noise? You sit down to work, to create, or to think, and within seconds, the world pulls at your sleeve. A notification, a stray thought, the sudden urge to check a headline. Why is it that in an age of infinite information, we feel more hollow and less productive than ever? We are living in a crisis of attention, where the most valuable currency isn't gold or data, but the ability to stay focused on a single point until it yields. The problem isn't that you lack talent, it's that your energy is being diffused across 1,000 trivialities. What if I told you the greatest leaders, philosophers, and conquerors in history didn't work harder than you, they just saw the world differently. They understood a secret that modern life has buried under a mountain of digital clutter. Every second, your brain is being bombarded by more stimuli than a Renaissance scholar would encounter in a lifetime. This digital deluge has fragmented our consciousness. We have become masters of the shallow, skimming the surface of 100 topics while never diving deep enough to find the pearls. We feel busy, yet we accomplish nothing of substance. This is the attention trap. There is a hidden mechanism in your brain right now that is being hijacked by design. Algorithms are crafted to exploit your biological craving for novelty, keeping you in a state of perpetual distraction. But focus isn't just about saying yes to your goals, it is about the brutal, disciplined act of saying no to 1,000 other things. Even the legendary Leonardo da Vinci struggled with this. He was so easily distracted by the flight of birds and the movement of water that he left dozens of masterpieces unfinished. He almost failed history because he couldn't stop looking at the stars. Think of your attention as light. When light is diffused, it gently illuminates a room. It's pleasant, but it has no power. But when you take that same light and pass it through a lens, concentrating it into a single, microscopic point, it becomes a laser. A laser can cut through steel. It can perform surgery. It can transmit data across oceans. Your mind is that light. When you focus it, you become an unstoppable force. But there is a cost. Every time you switch tasks, even for a second to glance at your phone, you pay a cognitive tax. It takes your brain an average of 20 minutes to return to a state of deep focus. If you check your phone every 15 minutes, you are effectively living your entire life in a state of mental fog. You are losing 20 minutes of your potential with every vibration in your pocket. How did the great thinkers of the past achieve such monumental feats without our modern tools? They didn't have apps to track their habits or noise-canceling headphones. They had something better, the philosophy of the fortress of solitude. They understood that the environment is the silent architect of behavior. If your desk is a mess of distractions, your mind will be a mess of thoughts. The secret isn't in what these masters had, but in what they chose to ignore. They created physical and mental boundaries that the world was not allowed to cross. Your environment is either a cage for your genius or its launch pad. To reclaim your focus, you must become a guardian of your own time. You must learn the social art of being unavailable. Most people are terrified of missing out on the latest trend or the latest joke, but the truly great are terrified of missing in, of failing to connect with their own deepest insights. When you finally achieve that state of laser focus, something magical happens. Psychologists call it flow. It is the intersection of high challenge and high skill. In this state, time seems to warp. Hours pass like minutes. Effort becomes effortless. You are no longer working on the task, you are the task. This is where true mastery lies. It is a state of mind where the ego vanishes and only the work remains. But you cannot stumble into flow, you must build a bridge to it through discipline. You must prune your life like a master gardener. A gardener cuts away beautiful, healthy flowers not because they are bad, but because they are stealing nutrients from the one fruit that needs to grow to its full potential. What are the flowers in your life that are killing your fruit? Becoming an unstoppable force doesn't require a transformation of your personality, it requires a reclamation of your sovereignty. You must decide that your goals are more important than the temporary dopamine hit of a like or a comment. You must treat your attention as your most sacred resource. The world belongs to those who can focus when everyone else is distracted. It belongs to the ones who can sit in a room alone and think until they find the answer. The noise of the world will never stop, but you can choose to stop listening. In a world of flickering lights, be the laser. Be the force that cuts through the static. The question is no longer whether you have the potential to be great. The question is, do you have the focus to realize it? The world belongs to the focused. Will you be among them?